Hey guys, welcome back to another 2024 presidential election prediction. Today's prediction is between Lil Pump and Taylor Swift. Now, the reason I have these two in their respective columns is because Lil Pump endorsed Trump in 2020, even though it was later proven he wasn't even a registered voter. And Taylor Swift has a history of endorsing Democratic candidates. And so getting into this, let's start off with the safe states. I think that, the usual safe states for the Democrats will remain this way. As for the, as for basically this whole Mormon belt here for the GOP. Okay. Alright, so those are the safe states. Now you may be thinking Taylor Swift is from Tennessee. She might make Tennessee competitive, but I say no. I mean, Tennessee was won by President Bill Clinton both times. But in 2000 and beyond, it's been solidly Republican. Remember, Vice President Gore is from Tennessee and has far more of a connection there politically than Taylor Swift does, as he was a former senator. And this whole region's been trending red, so it is safe. I don't think Taylor Swift's presence will change Tennessee at all. But now getting to the toss-ups, I think Alaska is going to be likely still going to float around that 10-point margin. I think that New Hampshire is also going to be likely for the Democrats. It's been trending blue as of recently. President Biden won it by a pretty solid margin when compared to Hillary Clinton in 2016. Iowa is likely, as is Ohio. I think these two states will remain the GOP column for the foreseeable future, but Democrats may put enough resources there to make them moderately competitive. I forgot to make Indiana safe. I think that Maine's 2nd district is going to be lean GOP. I'm not sure how they'll perform without Trump on the ballot. Let's see. Nevada, forever doomed to be tilt Democrat. The Nevada GOP is notoriously inept at getting their candidates elected, as is the Florida Democratic Party. Florida, I think, will be a lean Republican, as I think Georgia will be. I think that, now I don't really know too much about Lil Pump. I'm not sure how he'll do with suburban voters. But I know Taylor Swift, as a Hollywood celebrity, may have somewhat of a poor reputation with them. So I think that Georgia will be swung back, as will Arizona. I think it was anti-Trump sentiment specifically that flipped these states blue in the 2020 presidential election. Texas, I think, will be likely for the GOP. North Carolina, I think, will be tilt GOP. It's pretty inelastic. Obama won it in 2008, though. I don't even see Taylor Swift as a Southerner having too much of an effect here. Nebraska, 2nd district. Actually, I'm going to make it tilt Republican this time. It was won by the Democrats in 2020. It's one of the more urban areas of the state. Though, I think, again, Trump was the problem here. These guys may be able to win it back. And that pretty much leaves us with the Rust Belt. And in a controversial decision, boom. Minnesota, I think, will be one. Maybe not by the safe 15-point and up margin, but I think it'll be pretty solid for the Democrats here. I think Taylor Swift being, I hate to say it, white and from the South will have an effect on these white working class voters. Cities will remain their column. Taylor Swift is a more well-known figure than is Lil Pump. I think Jack Reed, I don't really see Jack Reed having too much of an effect on the electoral map. I think he's picked here just for his political experience. I think Tom Cotton is picked to appeal to voters who went for President Trump in the 2016-2020 elections. And so we're looking at a very close map here. Lil Pump and Tom Cotton lose by all of 8 electoral votes. Taylor Swift and Jack Reed become president and vice president, respectively. Taylor Swift becomes the first female president in American history. Wow. I think Jack Reed will be, maybe like a Lloyd Bentsen pick. I mean, if Lloyd Bentsen was vice president, because, he's not as conservative as Bentsen, but I doubt he will stake a presidential run in 2032, since he'll be quite old by then. I think he's content just to be vice president, and, well, that's it. That's the map for today.